This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Thursday edition of a numbers game here on VSiN, the sports betting network. Matt Brown on the desk yet again for Gil Alexander, Kelly Bidlin alongside. Gil back in here on Monday. No worries. Do not fret. It's going to be, he'll be in here.
Shall be back.
Everything will be fine. Pete Futak going to join us here in about a half an hour. We will talk all things college football with him, see if he's got any new thoughts on as we head into week 0 here of the week 0. So dumb.
It's so dumb.
But whatever.
I know,
it's so dumb.
Of all the things,
you either have a week 1,
right,
or you haven't started the season yet.
Of all the things that college football wants to freak out about fixing every year, maybe start with that.
Seriously, week 0. But I'm going to ask him a couple personal questions here because there's a pretty big game in actual week 1.
Bro, your LSU Tigers can't win in week 1.
Listen,
don't they always lose in week 1?
Yes, and that's going to be the question: is are we just going to continue this horrific trend? Terrell Furman going to join us. We'll talk some WNBA with him. He's got some NBA thoughts as well as we head into next season. And right here on the desk, straight off the private jet, coming in here wearing his Versace and his Yves Saint Laurent and all of the different stuff, Gucci. Ben Wilson will be here on the desk.
Yeah, Benny and the bets. Yeah. He's coming. We'll talk some U.S. Open with him. He's got some college football bets himself, which is good because I'm going to guess you and I don't have many.
Yeah, no, not nothing like I really want to expound on right now.
Okay,
all
right,
nothing. Dude, the NFL prep is such a. I mean, it is such a great. If you get into the ridiculous minutia that I have gotten into, where I have people who at this point are going, dude, what are you doing? You're never going to use that part in your handicapping. And I'm like, but what if I need to?
What if you need it? Yeah.
But what if I need it?
This is also why you and I say that college football betting guide is so useful.
Yes.
Because it helps us learn who has gone to which team and which team will be playing who.
I can tell you who reads that thing like front to back, and that is actually me. So I know what's going on. Of course, you can tweet us at the show here at Matt Brown M2 at Kelly Bidlin. That's Kelly with an E. Everyone already knows that. Kelly Midland Bidlin.
Yeah, man.
We know each other long enough where I can go with your old school nicknames.
That's right. Yeah, you do.
Now it's just like
it's been a while since I had a middle on anything.
Yeah, because they don't show up that often.
They don't show up that often anymore, man. It's really bad.
It's almost like these algorithms have gotten so much better, with everything. Yeah, they don't show up here as often anymore. But
it's not live betting in 2015 anymore, man.
Todd Wishneff's listening right now, like freaking out, going, yes, they do. And it's like, yeah, but I'm not betting D3 basketball at 2:00 in the morning or whatever.
So I'm sure they're out there. Yes, I'm sure.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm sure if he gets them online, I do not get them very often. We'll give it a little thank you, tip of the cap here to Hurston Waldrop. We talked about his name yesterday. Could be a NASCAR driver, could be a golfer. Instead, he's a Major League Baseball pitcher. They only win 1-0, Kelly, but he goes 7 innings. That got us the outs, and he gets 7 strikeouts. That gets us the strikeouts.
There you go.
Little plus 138 action in the account, so hopefully you were able to put that in there. Last night, Major League Baseball, scary moment if you're a Dodgers fan. That said, pump the brakes, we're going to be okay. I guess this part is at least a little scary, which is the Rockies lit up Shohei Ohtani. 4 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned, and he only struck out 3 in his 4 innings. But I guess the thing that was scariest outside of the fact that he got lit up by the Rockies is that he was forced to leave the game after taking a liner off the leg. He stayed in for a second, but then was not able to complete the game. Dave Roberts, though, did say after the game it avoided bone, which obviously that's where it's bad, avoided bone. So he is confident that he will be in the lineup on Friday. Yes, they do have a game today, but today was a scheduled day off for Shohei anyway. So he is confident that he will be back in the lineup on Friday.
Okay. I guess it will be interesting to see if this affects pitching at all down the line, as far as do they hold him out like a start or something like that. But, still much to figure out with how actually hurt he is.
Yeah, and, I think this, too, just is they gave us the information today, scheduled day off or whatever. So now if you're going in to handicap that game, Shohei's not playing. You know that already. You know that bright and early this morning, Shohei's not going to be in that lineup. So,
and he's still minus 6,000 to win MVP, Matt. So the books believe he's going to be okay.
Yeah, the Padres beat the Giants last night, however. So with the Rockies getting it done over the Dodgers and the Padres now winning 2 in a row over the Giants, they are just 1 game back again. So here it is. The hope of the ticket, the Padres winning this division, is still alive and well. I thought maybe we were going to have to bury that puppy, but here we are, only 1 game out again.
What do you got, 7-1 on that?
Yeah.
I like it. I should have jumped in at some point on that as well. It was so silly when it was, 2, 3, 4 game leads, the odds that you were seeing out there like every day.
Yeah, it's look, the Padres are certainly a flawed team, and we'll talk about that a little bit whenever we look at their game today. Dylan Cease just comes so up and down and all around, but they're a pretty good lineup. It's a pretty good lineup 1-9, and so I think that they can compete all the way to the end here. The Blue Jays lose to the Pirates. Yes, I know. And that said, we look up. Here we go again. Yankees beat the Rays in the 10th inning.
There we go, Yankees.
So just 4 games back now. Kelly Bidlin.
Go Yanks.
Just 4 games back in the division. By the way, they hit more homers in that game. 14 in the last 2 games, tying a major league record for most home runs in a 2-game series.
Yeah, that's pretty good. They're a team that's known to load up with big bats, So yeah, sure. This would be the team to do that, right?
We're looking at
in minor league ballparks.
Yeah, we're looking at this ballpark a little later as well for the only bet that I have in my account today. So we'll circle back to that when the Tigers swept the Astros, but the Mariners lost again. The Mariners have squandered this opportunity to gain any ground on the Astros, and so we just keep sitting where we're sitting over the last 3 days.
Yeah, 1.5 back.
If you have a Mariners ticket right now, you have to be losing your mind. You're like, you get the sweep, and you don't even gain a game.
Yeah, 1.5 back.
You actually lose a game because they have a longer. You actually lose a game because they have a longer losing streak than the Astros.
Oh man, you're still pretty high on this team, though, huh?
I mean, look, they also flawed. It's like one of those things where they don't have the consistent offense where it's like you look up every single day and it's just like, okay, they got another 8 hits and they got another 4 runs. It's like, oh, they hit 3 homers and then that's how they're like winning these games and stuff. Like you look in Cal Riley, and I'm not taking anything away from his season, but he's like a one true outcome guy at this point when it either leaves the park or he's out. I mean, like you look, since the All-Star break, he has been horrific. I mean, like, and I understand the stuff's banked already, right? The homers are banked, and he's had a fantastic year, but not since the All-Star break. So that's something to monitor there if you're trying to back this team as we head into the playoffs. The Cubs beat the Brewers yet again, so this lead is now down to 6, where this could have been donezo. The Brewers could have just put an end to any speculation that they might not win this division, but instead this lead down to 6. They have a series finale today, so the Cubs can cut into this one yet another game, get it down to 5 should they win today.
Yeah, Brewers down to -160 now to have the best record in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, keep dropping these games to the division rivals. That'll happen. So we were talking about these futures odds the other day, Kelly, and so Chris Sanchez goes out and has a monster performance, 12 Ks in 6 innings his last time out, and I didn't bother to go look because, I mean, he gave up 2 earned. It wasn't like he had this, and then Skeens had this really good performance the day before. So I was like, okay, no big deal. People really liked that Sanchez performance. Yeah. And so you go and you look at the odds today, Skeens down to -300. We were sitting there at -425 just 2 days ago when we were talking about right after he had a really good performance. And I guess people just reacting off of what they saw from Sanchez, and that money comes in on him down to -300 in this Cy Young race. So I guess we can say not quite done yet.
Does this hit a buy point for you at all with Skeens? Like, what number would this have to drop to for you to get in on Skeens?
I mean, it would be if this got, I can't imagine, but
-240.
I was going to say, if this got like below -250,
you'd have to think long hard about it.
That's going to be because, I mean, Sanchez has been awesome, but remember, he's only in the spot he's in because his teammate gets hurt.
I know.
And then everyone just goes, well, okay, so let's just start betting this guy, And it's like he was having an awesome season anyway. Why weren't we betting him all along?
Right, why didn't we care earlier?
Yeah, why didn't we? He's been doing this all year. But it was like, no, Wheeler's the dude. It's not Sanchez.
I mean, the other part of that, right, is that that one of the things that you've believed in with Skeens and a lot of bettors, right, that the innings were going to go down. That hasn't happened. It hasn't happened.
No, they want to get him this award.
And if it hasn't happened yet, why would you think it's going to happen now? And it really feels like they want to go out there and get him this award.
So Brian Rolap, if you don't know him, he is the new CEO of the PGA Tour. He took to the podium yesterday, Kelly, and kind of gave a state of the state there for the business. And while he said he wants to respect the tradition of the game, he doesn't want to be handcuffed by it. And it seems as if, from the tone of that conversation, he is going to make some major changes over the next couple of years. One of the things he has done, he has put in position a 9-person futures committee that is led by Tiger Woods, several other familiar faces that you know as well. Theo Epstein, part of that panel as well. So he was talking about a guy that was instrumental in doing some things in Major League Baseball when they were kind of on the brink of like, hey, we need to do something here. And I guess Epstein was really, really one of the ones who was pushing for the pitch clock. He was pushing for the limited pickoff attempts. He was pushing for different stuff like that. And so I think what we're getting here from the PGA Tour is, yeah, man, the ratings are up a little bit, and certainly there's stuff, but we can't just be like, oh, okay, so we're good. Nothing needs to change here. No, man, like you can always improve the product, and I think for sure they can improve the product.
Yeah, I absolutely.
They got to kill some of these tournaments for one thing. There's 35 tournaments on the schedule next year.
I'm with you. I mean, you and I are golf bettors, and we don't even need all this.
Well, the problem becomes is you don't, and this was a big decision that, I think that some of these other sports will have to look at as well. It's like you never miss tennis, you never miss golf, you never miss the UFC, right? Because they're just year round, they're all the time. The off season with the NFL, we get them for 22 weeks, and once you count the playoffs and stuff, and then they're gone. But they just kind of creep in every now and then. Oh, hey, the draft.
Right.
Oh, hey, the free agency. Don't forget about us. But we're not going to give you anything more than that. You'll talk about us for a week, and then we move and we go away again. You'll talk about us for a week, and we go away again. Maybe golf needs to do something like that because, man, it feels like it never ends.
I am very intrigued to see what this means and what significant change means, though, right? It still feels like it is some anti-live conversations, right? How do you incorporate maybe some of those guys back? I don't know. A whole lot for a lot of rich guys to figure out.
They're about to tee off over at East Lake. We'll remind you of our golf bets and get into the Major League Baseball card. It is a numbers game here on VSiN.
Got a good thing coming. Just wait and see. It's a good.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it, it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
Hey, it's Stormy Bonantoni. Coming up on the next Money Moves, me and JVT are breaking down the 2 preseason games coming up in the NFL. Plus, it's time to hit the track. Jeremy Plonk will jump on to preview the Travers Stakes from Saratoga, get his best bets for Saturday's big race. We'll also have Chris Vaselli from Covers.com on to break down a full WNBA card and get us ready for a whole weekend of EPL action. It's all happening starting at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, right here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
It is a numbers game here on VSiN. Matt Brown, Kelly Bidlin in here. Adam Schefter saying the Bucs are going to activate wide receiver Chris Godwin off the physically unable to perform list and put him on their 53-man roster to start the season. However, it is only to be able to ramp him up for games, not to immediately play in them.
Okay.
So there is that.
I mean, I don't know. That's what do you? I think if you're a Bucs fan, a Bucs backer, you kind of had to expect that a little bit. And
I don't know. I thought he would probably start on the PUP list where he just was not even eligible to come back until week 5. I mean, that's what I thought because.
Well, okay, that's where I guess this is where I'm getting to. If anything, this is still good news, and you're gonna this is clear signal that at some point in the near-ish future, right, Chris Godwin should be back on the field and actually playing.
Yeah, my guess is what. Reading between the lines as to what Schefter just said, it's kind of like they're eyeing week 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4, because if not, then you just put him on the PUP and he comes back in week 5.
Right.
So, yeah.
Which I had kind of had circled week 5, week 6, something like that.
So, yeah, ahead of schedule. These guys are robots. They are able to function and get, they go in for surgery, and it's like they're running on a treadmill 48 hours later. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I would need 2 months, at least, minimum.
2 months before you even got out of bed.
Right, exactly. To get on the treadmill. Not to get on the football, to get on the treadmill.
2 months before you even got out of bed, then you start just walking around for another 2 months. You're not on the treadmill for a year and a half.
I know we're going to dive into NFC South later, man, but this team, one of the things that has really gone their way the past couple of years is some of the injury stuff, right? They have been very, very healthy overall the past couple of years, and it is, even when Godwin goes out, right, you're going to be right back in time. Just say, rest up in the offseason. We'll get you back right down in the middle of the season.
So the PGA Tour is going to tee off here momentarily. First tee is coming in about an hour. So, Kelly, remind people. So also what that means is we rarely get the opportunity to throw some bets in on a Thursday.
That's right.
Before the event gets going. So you are going to be able to do that right now. Still have an hour until Chris Gotterup and Akshay Bhatia hit the tee. Everyone will be going off just in pairs here. There's only 30 people. So 8:16 a.m. Pacific is when they are scheduled to go with us.
Yeah, and reminder, if you are looking to bet Scheffler, I think Matt and I both recommend, hey, no reason to rush to get that bet in before this tournament starts. Bet him live. He's going to tee off last with Rory. Get to see what some of these early groups are going to go out and do on the golf course. Might be able to get slightly better odds than what you're getting right now. We'll be tracking that. That'll be interesting to watch. I think from just an odd standpoint, this entire tournament's going to be interesting to see stuff moves. Nothing added to the main card for me, Matt, but I do have 3 first-round leader bets this morning. Played Ludwig Oberg, 16-1 in the first-round leader market. Victor Hovland, 20-1, and Cameron Young, 22-1. So fun first-round leader bets if you want to play along. That's what I'll be on this morning. As far as the main card, outright Ludwig plus 1950. The dual forecast with Scheffler and Oberg. Top 5 on Ludwig, and then top 10s, heavier on Henley there, and then a top 10 on Cameron Young, and then split up my bets on Cameron Young into matchups as well. Young over McIntyre and Young over Justin Thomas.
Yeah, this was an interesting tournament for me. I made some futures a couple of months ago thinking that I was going to be getting the better of it. Ended up not playing out. Xander didn't even make it, and then the number that I have on Victor and the number that I have on Corey Connors, you could basically get before this tournament. I have what
do you got, 30 on Victor?
It's 35, he was 30, and then Connors, I think I have 67, and he was 60. So I didn't really beat it too badly.
It's a couple weeks in a row, by the way, for I think Victor's a pretty popular bet this week. He rated out very highly for me. We talked about it on long shots. The approach numbers have been insane, but the inconsistent results, finishes, and kind of where else the rest of his game at, I'll go with a first-round leader bet. Yeah. I really considered him the past couple weeks, but I'm okay staying away for the most part.
So with that, I didn't add any outrights because essentially I'd already made 2 outrights a couple of months ago. So for me, if I was going to do anything, it would have been just Scotty, and then the math did math. So we'll see if I can get a better number on Scotty as this tournament goes on here. Rory McIlroy, Ben Griffin, top 5s, 140 and 5-1. On those respectively, and then top 10s on J.J. Spawn and Cam Young, 140 and 160 respectively. On those, a couple of matchups, Ben Griffin over Harry Hall, J.J. Spawn over Colin Morikawa. Apparently, I'm the only person in the world that doesn't like Harry Hall. Everyone loves Harry Hall. I think it's just the little derby that he wears or something like that or whatever. I just look at the stats and see that he has to gain like 7.5 strokes putting in order to be able to finish T18 in these tournaments. So it's just, for me, if you have to putt, if you have to be the best putter in the field, essentially, in order to get into the top 20, which is what he's doing. He's not
done it for like 4 months.
He's not competing, but what I'm saying is there's no upside. Like, the upside is what we're getting from him right now, because he can't do anything with his irons. He can't do anything off the tee. So it's like his upside, we see it. His upside is T18. That's what his upside is. I know in this tournament is different. There's only 30 people, so I mean it will not be T18. But you get my point. It's like we get the best putter in the world, and that's what propels him into these finishing positions that he gets. That's it.
Yeah, he's been great. Hey, he's made me money. Thank you, Harry. I appreciate it.
That's all there is to it. But, again, we'll be monitoring as this tournament gets going here. Unfortunately, we'll be going off the air, about the time the fourth group goes off. But, certainly something that will come in here tomorrow. And if there's any observations and stuff to be able to get in, because they'll be teeing off same time again tomorrow. So we'll have some time to get in some stuff before they go.
Yeah, 100%. One of the markets I didn't really look at until right now is I always like that MGM does the first round finishing positions. They got like top 5, top 10, guys pay in full. You were laughing at me yesterday because I said Scotty Scheffler will be in the top 5 after today. Minus 140 for him to be top 5 first round. These are interesting. You might want to check some of these out if you are betting some of the first round top 10s and stuff like that. I mean, it's a 30-man field.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just do better than 20 guys and that cashes. So if you are fired up first
and
round,
inevitably 2 or 3 of them will go out there and absolutely just like pee down their leg. So I mean, so it's really not even So it's really not even 20 guys. There'll be someone will go out there. The pressure of this will be too much, and because that's the other thing. There's a lot of these. There's a third of the field that's never even played here before. So that's
even seem like pretty good odds. I mean, you've got two guys sub. Okay, hold on. 7 players that are minus money. Everybody else is plus money.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Scheffler minus 350 at the top.
So Major League Baseball, short slate today, and actually no late games. We do have some NFL, so maybe they did that on purpose. But
get out of the way for Thursday night football.
The latest first pitch is going to be 7:35 Eastern, and that is actually where I am going with my bet today. St. Louis Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Rays. Sonny Gray is going for the Cardinals, and Joe Boyle is going for the Rays. I thought about just playing the Cardinals straight up here as the slight favorites. I chose not to and just go a different direction to get a little bit of plus money on them, which is their team total over 4.5. That gets you at plus 105. Joe Boyle, who's going for this Rays team, his last 5 starts, an 8.1 ERA that is backed up by a 5.8 xERA. So, yes, the surface statistics are worse than the advanced statistics, but Kelly, I know you know enough about baseball that a 5.8 expected ERA is still bad.
Yeah, that's not great.
Still not good.
It's not great.
He's only striking out 21.5% of batters. He is walking over the last 5 starts. 15.2% of batters as well. It is a slate worst 93 mile per hour average exit velocity off of this dude and a 53% fly ball rate. Oh, why is that bad?
Ooh.
Because they're playing in Steinbrenner Field that we just had 700 home runs hit the last 2 days, and the wind is blowing out at 10 to 11 miles an hour there. This park has shown to be very, very sensitive to the wind conditions as well. So a dude that more than every other ball is in the air. He's giving up 93 mile per hour average exit velocity and the wind blowing out. I think the Cardinals team can get to him here. So I'm going to take the over 4.5 team total at plus money. The Rays have also had to use everyone in their bullpen over the last 2 days because of the Yankees going at them as good as they did, So there's nobody fresh in the bullpen. So they've had to use every single person in the bullpen over the last 2 days. So
I think I'm telling you on this one,
so there we go.
Little checks out.
Little Cardinals over 4.5 team total there in that one. We do have some other interesting games, mainly because the Red Sox and the Yankees get going today. And so Luis Gil is going to take the mound for the Yankees. Lucas Giolito is going for the Red Sox. We don't need to tell you how important this game is, as the Yankees now only 4 games back of the Jays. Red Sox still within striking distance, so this game could mean a lot for them. Giants and the Padres. Justin Verlander against Dylan Cease. This is currently minus 194 in favor of the Padres at home over the Giants. Kelly Bidlin, that's too rich for me. And man, I like this Padres squad, and I certainly need him to win. But Dylan Cease, it's just been all over the place. The consistency is just not there. And because the consistency is just not there, if anything, I can't believe I'm saying I'd have to play the Giants at this big plus money number, but I think I'm just going to sit it out.
Well, that's what you do when there's not when it doesn't jump out to you either side.
Guys, if you want to bet horse racing along with everybody here at the network, we do that over at First Bet. You can go in, use the promo code VSiN250, and that's going to get you up to $250 in bonus cash over there at firstbet.com. Head in, remember, make your bets, watch the races right there in the app. It is firstbet.com, promo code VSiN250.
This season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual Pro subscription. And join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game here on VSiN, the sports betting network. Matt Brown in for Gil Alexander. Kelly Bidlin here with me as we are delighted to welcome into the show. So we can talk some week zero.
That's
See
right.
what he thinks about calling something week zero.
He's probably gotten used to it.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. The proprietor over there at collegefootballnews.com, Pete Futak. Pete, how you doing, man?
I call it the soft opening. To kind of get to just, it's not, we're not fully diving in yet. We're still trying to figure out how to get the drinks out on time and, to make sure that the food, comes in an orderly manner and everything. So we're just, it's the soft opening. My proposal is like the 97th year I've proposed this. Week zero should be all FBS versus FCS games at the home side of the FBS games. Get them all out of the way now and just say, this is your tune-up. Look, I like the games we're probably going to talk about. I like Ohio State, Texas. I like all the, the big matchups in week one. But there's no preseason, so you're kind of flying blind if you're these teams. I think every team should get like a basic, tune-up scrimmage game against an FCS team. Again, but that's it for the year. No more SEC games late in the year against FCS teams, and this should be this weekend for it.
I like this. I like this proposal. We'll see if we can get that.
I think it's a great idea. Another great idea. Pete, we're going to let you go real quick, work on your audio, and try to get you back on. We got a little washing noise in the background. We'll try to get that fixed and get you back on here in a sec. I actually love that idea, though. Mm-hmm. I also know it's over 2 different weeks, but like, why can't just call the whole? You could just go week 1 for 2 weeks. I'm okay with that too. I don't know why the zero part actually bothers me as much as it does.
Well, could we just call it? Could we just not call it like opening week and then week 1?
You're right. Yes, that's fine too. That's fine too.
We call it opening week and then week 1.
I do like Pete's idea though. Like those games are so annoying. I mean, it is. You're an SEC guy. I mean, it's such an SEC thing where you're like, oh, and Alabama after 3 amazing weeks in a row, we'll go play the Citadel next week, and you're like, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're so starved for football to be back in our lives anyway that we wouldn't really care if it was all of these good teams playing some of these bad teams. But I'm guessing that the thought behind this is that you get the debut of the NFL the next week, and so they don't want like all their marquee games going up against like the beginning of the NFL.
Right, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Take advantage of the 2 weeks you have before the NFL starts, right? Yeah. Like, I mean, for someone like me, it's some of the most locked in I'll be to college football all year. Yeah, Pete's back with us now. There we go. Got it all worked out. Pete?
There we go.
Hey, do you hear me now? Is this okay?
Yeah, there we go.
Pete, let's go ahead and kick things off here with the very first game that we're going to be tuning into. I bet everyone's going to be watching Iowa State and Kansas State, sitting about 3 right now in favor of Kansas State. And people might pay attention because there's a couple of numbers next to both of these teams' names. They are both in the preseason AP poll. What will people be finding out here about Iowa State and Kansas State?
They're both really good. I mean, this one matters. I mean, last year in the game in Ireland, it was Georgia Tech at Florida State, and I loved Georgia Tech in that, and obviously they won. I didn't think they'd win, but they certainly covered. The year before that, we had Notre Dame blowing out Navy. That was kind of an easy one. This is true 50-50 because these two teams could each are good enough to win the Big 12 championship. You're going to find out that both have good quarterbacks, both have great running games. The difference here is Kansas State's got a little more overall experience, and I think you're seeing that in the line. There's a little more work to do at the receiving core for Iowa State, and Kansas State just overall is just a little bit better. This is a true pick 'em. If you love Iowa State, hey, knock it out. I think I'm going to go with Kansas State with the spread that's giving away the 3 on this one, though.
All right, I like it, Pete. One of the games, man, I feel like I've heard a shocking amount about is the Stanford-Hawaii game at the end of the day on Saturday. That will be a 7:30 Eastern kickoff for that game, 4:30 Pacific time. Stanford at Hawaii. Man, just not a lot of love for Stanford out there this year. How do you see this game going, and how do you see the season going for this Stanford team?
Complete rebuild, kind of holding pattern, because Frank Reich is kind of still technically an interim head coach. They've got a lot of parts missing. But there's still the Power 4 program, and I know Gil,
Power 4 Pete.
This sort of, but it's true. Like last year, here's my Gil Alexander fun stat. I actually looked this up for him. Last year, there were 90 regular season games between Power 4 programs, including Notre Dame, and Group of 5 games. How many of those 90 did the Group of 5 teams win?
I'm going to go with 12.
7.
Oh,
83. A 92% straight up clip, and you're getting Stanford as an underdog. This is tough because Hawaii is okay. The passing game should be solid. And Stanford, like I said, is a little bit of a mess right now, but still a Power 4 program that was good enough to at least be competitive in some games, pull off a couple of upsets last year. I don't love it, but I like Stanford outright.
Talking to Pete Futak from College Football News. Pete, of course, LSU, Clemson, Texas, Ohio State going to really steal everybody's eyeballs here in about a week and a half. And this is, I guess with the new expanded championship here, there's not really a title eliminator, maybe as it would have been in years past, but LSU on the road at Clemson. High hopes down there in Baton Rouge, and of course, as well for Cade Klubnik and company over there at Clemson. How do you think this one plays out?
Yeah, it's not an eliminator, but it kind of is. I mean, because if you lose this, you only have one more misfire. Because as we sort of learned at the beginning, unless you win your conference championship, which both of these teams could do in their respective conferences, you got to win 10 games to get in, to even get in the, get to the bouncer before getting in. So if you lose one, you only got one more misfire to go, and both of them have some nasty games the rest of the way. I'm not going to make the bad I'm going with the Tigers joke, but I think that overrated, technically, and yeah, they are in the rankings. They're good. This is not the Clemson program that it was a few years back when Trevor Lawrence was there and the defenses were such a killer. Everyone likes Clemson right now because of Klubnik. They know the name. They've got a lot of talent returning. LSU's a better team. I know they've been awful in the openers over the last few years, and Brian Kelly's got to prove it. And I know it's on the road. I like LSU outright in this.
There you go, Matt. I mean, isn't this sort of like what I was talking about Bengals in the preseason? Like, LSU's been so bad in these openers. Like, there's got to be a little pressure on them to actually show up and go win one, more than there probably should be. So, I don't know. If anything, that's probably where I'd be leaning to. Pete, we got a few other big games week one. Notre Dame, Miami, Texas, Ohio State. What's the one you're most interested in watching? And is there one of these Heisman candidates that you're really going to have your eyes on?
Obviously, both of them. I mean, Ohio, again, going back to what I said before about the college football playoff, if Texas loses this to Ohio State, they could lose to Oklahoma. Oklahoma is really good. I've come on this show before and said that Oklahoma is the team this year. They could certainly lose to Oklahoma, and they got a date at Georgia at late in the season. There's a couple more potential losses here if Texas loses this. I think if the committee uses their brain and say, okay, well, your losses are all pretty good, but 9-3 Texas would not be a lock to get into the college football playoff if they lose this. Ohio State has a couple of nasty games coming up. The key here is going to be how fast did Ohio State reload? Because we're assuming, okay, it's Ohio State. There's a standard here. We don't quite know just how good Julian Sain's going to be and the quarterback situation is going to be. They got to replace a whole ton of talent on that defense. Arch Manning, if he goes lights out, then the Heisman's probably over, to answer your Heisman question here. This is about as toss-up as you get because we don't know what we're getting with Ohio State. But 2.5, that's all we're asking out of Ohio State at home. I'm going to very sheepishly go with the Buckeyes for right now.
Pete, what is the team that's kind of going to come out of nowhere this year and surprise people, maybe make the playoffs? Not necessarily win it all, but a team that we'll be talking about late in the season.
Anybody you want to name from the Big 12. I mean, it's wide open. We had Arizona State last year, but even the bottom teams like, from Kansas and Oklahoma State had a bad year. Utah had a bad year. Arizona had a bad year. They're all going to be way better. This is probably a one-team conference getting into the college football playoffs. So name your team from the Big 12. The other team I'm going to keep throwing out there is Oklahoma's good. I mean, they struggled and were very bad last year at times. They did beat Alabama in a key game, and they were injured. They had all their receivers pretty much banged up. They loaded up through the transfer portal. I keep preaching the Sooners gospel here that this team is good enough to be a problem for the rest of the SEC.
He's Pete Futak. Check out collegefootballnews.com. Previews on every single team, every single conference, their ratings, everything you can want in your preview for this season. Pete, appreciate the time and good luck this year.
Hey, guys. Have a good one.
All right, guys, if you need a proxy, we talked about how you do this. You come to Vegas. All you get one time. That's it. Come to town. Walk through those doors. Walk out here behind us. Beat on the glass. Let us know that you made it in. Go and sign up for one of the contests, and then Winter Circle Proxy got you taken care of. You send them what you want to do each and every week, and they put it in for you. So the only burden to you is making it to town, and then after that, Winter Circle Proxy has you covered. Trusted by thousands of players over the last 9 seasons. Go check out more. WinterCircleProxy.com/VSiN, WinterCircleProxy.com/VSIN.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup. Then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to VSiN.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers game here on VSiN. Map around Kelly Bidlin. News coming through here that they are also going to keep Tristan Wirfs on the 53-man roster.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
So that opens the door for him to play within the first 4 weeks as well. So
that's another one.
Bucks backers, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's
out
another
there.
big one.
Yeah. Kelly, I brought you a present.
Oh, what'd you get me? I like presents. Give me gifts.
Since you were talking trash to me yesterday about it, you're going to try it yourself here as I hand you the Fruity Pebbles flavored protein shake that you were looking at me like, no, that sounds gross. But I'm like, no, man, it's actually pretty solid. So as you continue to get more and more buff, I know people that have the YouTube TV already know how Kelly's lost like a whole Kelly, like, in his quest to continue to swipe right and get all those matches.
90 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
90 pounds. It's going to be 100 pounds before the end of the year.
100 LBs and 100 swipes to the right matches out later.
It's exactly what I thought it was going to be.
Right?
Yeah, it's that flavor that you don't want to admit you like, but it's the leftover milk that you've had the Fruity Pebbles in.
Yeah. Only 160 calories and 30 grams of protein. You got to like that.
I thought you were trying to mess with me on air by giving me the unopened child-proofing.
No. It's so easy to
how many times have you done one of these and you're like, like you can't get it started?
Little zipper there. On that one.
But sometimes you can't get it started.
Yeah,
you know?
they did it so incredibly well.
Well, thanks, Matt.
Yeah, and see, look at you. But I mean, hey, look, 160 calories and 30 grams of protein. I helped you out. Today.
I was going to try to pronounce. By the way, Dimetize and Post sponsorship opportunities are available.
Yeah, if anyone wants to come in. We have been running through some of these divisions. We just came to you with some news about what's going on down there in Tampa. Good, by the way. Both players that were expected to miss, I think it's fair to say extended time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
I mean, I was expecting both of them to miss multiple weeks to start the season.
So
even if there's a possibility that one or two of them is back within the first 3 weeks, that is great for them.
So Chris Godwin and Tristan Wirfs, this is press conference going on right now, getting announced that both will be on the 53-man roster. So they are not going to be eliminated from action in the first 4 weeks of the season, which means they must be really confident because that's 2 spots now of the 53 that they're taking up. So they must be very confident that both of those dudes are going to be back in the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, this is when we have these conversations about the Cleveland Browns carrying 4 quarterbacks into a season. I mean, this is the concern. You're taking up a roster spot, and the Bucs are going to do that with 2 guys that, still are likely not going to play week 1, but you're that confident they're going to be back. So it's great news for the Bucs.
If you look here, the Bucs are your favorite in what could end up playing out to be the weakest division in football. We'll see. I guess there's some other contenders for that for sure. But the Bucs 9.5 win total, 7.5 on the Falcons, 6.5 on the Panthers, and 4.5 on the Saints. The division for the Bucs -115, +240 for the Falcons, +425 for the Panthers, and then way out at 15-1. For the Saints. The interesting thing here, conference odds 13-1, 28-1 for the title for the Bucs. I hear a lot of love for the Bucs in this division, and I completely understand why whenever you're going up against what looks to be a completely beat down Saints team, a rebuilding kind of Panthers team, which I like what they did again in the offseason. We'll talk about them in a second. And then a don't really know what you're getting Falcons team that's going to be starting Michael Penix. So, that said, you don't hear anything about them to win the conference, and you hear nothing about them to win the championship. Like, everyone talks about them in the division, and that's where the conversation ends with this Bucs team.
Yeah, and I'd probably include myself as one of those people. I don't have a bet on them to win the division. I could not look much further than that, though. I do think they are the rightful favorites. I've got close to betting it a couple times because I've got questions about some of these other teams. But, man, the Bucs were... last year you look at some of these things. The offense was amazing, right? You're 4th in points, 3rd in yards, 6th in point differential overall, 5th in yardage differential. This Bucs offense was. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Extremely healthy, but find some things Bucky Irving really worked out for them. You address wide receiver in the draft, which maybe I would have gone defense if I were them probably, but you're going to have an awesome set of weapons for Baker Mayfield to get the ball out to. Yes, he's working with another new offensive coordinator. You're going to hear that a million times. I think there's a lot to like with this offense heading into the year, and perhaps even NFC championship caliber on the offensive side of the ball, but I think the defense still have rightful concerns about.
Yeah, so Liam Cohen is out. John Grizzard is in. He's a first-time play caller. It's an internal hire for them. He was the pass game coordinator last season, so obviously very familiar with what worked last year, very familiar with how the offense ran, and apparently, if you listen to what they're saying, shouldn't see too much different out of this team, that he's going to kind of keep going with what worked. We just mentioned Tristan Wirfs, what I thought was going to be a big topic for us to talk about here. I don't know, maybe he's going to be back sooner than thought. I mean, like, losing one of the best left tackles in all of football is a pretty big thing for us to talk about, but literally in the last minute and a half, we're getting that maybe this isn't as bad as we thought.
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely huge. I think one other note from last year, just always want to keep these things in mind. Tampa did go 4-1 against backup quarterbacks, 6-6 against everybody else. Look, everybody's going to have that opportunity during the season. There's going to be backups that play. Just something to kind of keep note of as you're entering a new season.
So the Atlanta Falcons brought in Jeff Ulbrich as the defensive coordinator after the team was pretty much bottom third in every single defensive category that you could imagine. Ulbrich's coming over from the Jets. He was the defensive coordinator over there, and then you remember he filled in at the end of the season as the interim head coach whenever that vacancy got done. See if there's let me know if you think that there's a trend here for this Falcons team. They signed edge rusher Leonard Floyd, linebacker Divine Diablo, defensive lineman Morgan Fox. They drafted linebacker Jalen Walker, defensive end James Pierce in the first round. By the way, they had 2 first-round picks. Then they go in, they draft safety and Xavier Watts in the third, and a safety Billy Bowman in the fourth. I'm guessing they had a real plan in the offseason as to what they needed to address. Because that's all defensive players.
Yeah, Matt, it sounds like they might have had issues at getting pressure on the quarterback a season ago. That's what it sounds like to me.
I mean, went in and basically every single free agent signing and every draft pick was on the defensive side of the ball. And I guess it's hard to argue with that. I mean, Drake London's really good. Bijan Robinson's really good.
Yeah.
They obviously have confidence in Penix at the quarterback position.
It is interesting to see how different teams address this, though, right? Because we just talked about the Bucs. Like, I don't know that I had Bucs going wide receiver in round 1, right? Like, where they have some defensive holes. And then you've got some of these teams that just accept what they are, and it's like, all right, let's just be really good in this one area. Giants, right?
Yeah.
Giants taking Abdul Carter in the first round. It's, hey, we've got a sick pass rush. Let's just add to that and build from there. Falcons choosing to do that on the offensive side of the ball, or address the defensive side of the ball, while these other teams are just loaded up in the areas they're good at.
Yeah, and I did take a little nibble on them to win the division, mainly because I think that the injury regression for the Bucs, they've run pure for 3 years in a row.
It's incredible,
now.
yeah.
And I understand you're going to say, dude, what about Chris Godwin? It's like, yeah, but he played the majority of the season. I mean, like he played a good bit of the season, and one bad injury is not like, okay, you ran poor, like on the injuries variance. Their offensive line for the Falcons is really good. There's a question mark at center, but outside of that, I mean, you're not really complaining. You got 2 good tackles at right guard. Lindstrom is one of the best guards there is in all of the game. By the way, that would be the blindside tackle for Penix because he's left-handed as well. Mooney, I think, is a decent wide receiver, too. What is Kyle Pitts? Who knows?
Yeah.
I guess maybe we'll try and figure out this year. Maybe he just maybe he's just a bust, and that it wouldn't be the first top 5 pick to be a bust, but I mean, maybe
or
he's
he is
just
what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's full bust. Like, what you still had a great offense last year with him out there, right? It's just he might not be the guy you need to rely on as much as we thought when he was going to get drafted. But yeah, I mean, that does require others to step up, right, in the receiving core, and at the other skill positions on the offense. And Matt, this is a team I didn't do much with the NFC South because this is kind of a wait-and-see team for me because I think you can do this with the way their schedule sets up as well. This is another kind of schedule note team for me of just you're starting off the season with some really difficult matchups in those first 7 weeks. You get Washington, you're getting Buffalo, you're getting Tampa, Minnesota, San Francisco, and then week 8 through 18, they got a real soft schedule. So if you're someone like me who has questions about Michael Penix still and what he's going to be at the next level, he was someone I was high on coming into the league. He was really impressive in the time we got to see him last year. Is it enough for me to be fully convinced to jump in with a bet preseason here? No, but I look at the schedule and I see I've got time to kind of see how he looks and then make a decision.
You know what everybody thinks they're good at?
What's that?
Picking NFL games.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah. Well, if you think you're better than the experts, you can prove it. In the Edge Boost Average Joe contest, it's the same format as the Circa Friday Football Invitational, but it's Average Joes instead of the pros. So go in, take a look at VSiN.com/Joe right now. It is free to play, weekly and quarterly prizes. So come on in whenever you feel like you want to get going. And listen, hey, maybe you can earn a spot in next year's Circa Invitational when you win this puppy. So again, VSiN.com/Joe, free to enter, free to play. See if you can pick better than the pros.
What are we going to do with Joe Soralo's page? I guess we had to change that.
Yeah, it's his headshot page or whatever.
I wonder what happens if I go VSiN.com/Kelly. I don't think that works.
I still want to hit the Carolina Panthers on the other side here. I think this is an interesting team, and